Okay, this is Jeanette Vilda, and today we got a junk journal. This was just kind of a fun make, not for any design team or anything like that. I just saw this kit and really wanted to play with it and kind of stretch my creative arms. I don't know what you want to call it, because I don't usually do this kind of journal, but I just really liked this kit. So this is by the Journal Boat on Etsy. It's called French Fancy or Fancy French. I'll have a link down below. And I just really loved the colors. This kind of not quite mint blue, but that right on the cusp of being a minty blue. Really pretty. Unfortunately, because of my European lights and the flicker factor, I had to kind of desaturate things a bit, so you're not getting the it's not really bright blue, so, but it is a little bit brighter than what I'm seeing on my screen. So definitely go check this out. It's a really beautiful color. So this is, I just used some chipboard to make the cover, and then it's with the book tape, Thermoplast T, in case you want to look that up. And so on the cover, this is one of the journal cards from the kit, and you also get the set of words in the kit. So I backed this one with some linen, and then this frame is actually from Fabrica de Coro, and I just painted it white, and I didn't put too much effort into getting all the parts of it, so it had makes it give a distressed kind of a feel to it. So if you don't work too hard at making it perfectly painted, it kind of looks a little bit distressed. And then over the spine, I just put this piece of lace across the spine, and then there's nothing on the back. And let's see, go inside, and everything in here is from the kit. So all the papers are from the kit. I added some book papers, some atlas papers. That's pretty much it. But the ephemera is all from the kit. It was just gorgeous, and there's so much in this kit. Really good value for your money on this one. So this is one of the pages, and I used that for the front and the back inside cover. And then as you can see, this just this really beautiful blues and greens throughout this kit. I did use quite a bit of stickers, and it's a vellum stickers. This is a sticker. Oh, and by the way, in case I happen to show up, I am a little colorful, so please excuse my hands. IVs and me don't go together, so I always, actually looks better than it did, but I'm still quite colorful. But yeah, so this sticker, in case you haven't heard of it, there's a Sticky Club, STICKII, Sticky Club, and every month you get a set of stickers. I'm not sponsored, but I love them, and they've got 3 different types of sets that you can get. I love the vintage, and you'll see many of the stickers in here came from one of the Sticky Club sets. And this is a book from, or a page from a book that I got in Armenia. It's not French, but I loved it. When I was looking to add things in, it was more about the colors rather than, matching necessarily. And this is just some old white paper that's gone a little tiny bit yellow, but not completely yellow. And I know it's kind of probably blowing out because, like I said, I have to oversaturate to get my light not to flicker. But it has just this subtle yellow tint to it, which I really like. And then here I did some sewing, and I tried to match my thread to the blue in the kit. I think that worked pretty good. And I keep a lot of little pads of paper, And you'll find that they make really nice little additions to just have a place to write in your books. It's one of the pockets from the kit. This page here is actually the index from an atlas from like 18 something or other. And I have to tell you, I probably use the pages from the index in that atlas more than I do the actual atlas pages. I don't know what it is. It's got really good thickness. And besides the fact that it's like over 100 years old, they're not brittle at all. I love it. So I use it quite a bit. And I love the tags in this kit are really quite nice. You don't often see this top. It's usually, the slightly different that everyone tends to do, but I really like that. And I backed all of them with this yellow, it's book paper, and it's gone nicely yellow, so it just worked really nicely. A bit of trim. Oop. Wants to fall out. Some old, it's actually a index for a ledger, and so it had the alphabet across the sides, and I just loved it. There's also a lot of rub-ons, so this is actually a rub-on. I really love those rub-ons. They come out really beautifully. And then let's see, this one is an old German book, set of cartoons. I just thought they, again, looked really nice in here. And then some old book paper again. And I just folded it up to make a little pocket. And that's another one of the stickers from my sticky. And this is it's not really washy. I've got a whole bunch of stickers that you can use for like borders and whatnot. Page from the kit. If I can get that, there we go. And just used a piece of lace to make a little pocket. And there's, in the kit, you have a number of pages that are just nice and plain. As you can see, there's like this one back here that has this kind of stucco almost look to it. You can use this as kind of background. What's nice is you've got a lot of pages that can be used as backgrounds. I used quite a bit of them to make extra tags, nice big ones. And this is, again, one of the words from the kit, backed in it with another piece of linen and another sticky sticker. And then here, there's these really long quotes, and I don't know French. I should know French, but let's not go there. But I just really loved it, so I backed it with some book paper and stitched around it with my sewing machine, and it makes a nice little tuck for one of the journal or the tags in the kit. Another sticker. And that's another rub-on. And here, this is like a journal card in the kit, and what I did was first stitched around this piece of vellum and then glued the card onto the vellum. It just makes a pretty backdrop to it. Really doesn't serve any purpose beyond that. And then this is an extra piece. It's a offcut from different pages that I used, so I had it extra, so just kind of cut the corners to make a cute little tag and then added a little bit of trim there. And then here is one of the pockets from the kit. And then this is again a piece of offcut paper, and I just made it into a little fold down. And then inside put some little strips of extra paper for notes. So there's a few in there. And then this little label is also in the kit. So it made a nice little tuck, and also you can label it and then tag. It's a cute little way to add extra note space. little sticker. I'm cockeyed here. And then here I use this journal card to kind of hold, the little pocket there holds this closed. And this is one of the envelopes from the kit, and it just swings open. I don't have anything in there at the moment. Fill that up. Like I said, that little card fits in there nicely and just holds that down. If it stays in place. And then, as you can see, this envelope, I just wrapped it over, put a little bit of glue here just to hold it in place, and then it makes a nice little tuck. And just a little trim on the tags. And again, piece of lace for a belly band. And this is on one of the, I'll use this as an example, on one of the back deco papers. You can see that she has these wonderful like frames on the page. And so I took one of the pages and cut out the frame. Made a nice little journal card. And this is just some more book paper. And a little cornered tuck. One of the hearts from the ephemera kit. And this little strip is also in the ephemera kit. And one of the tags. Another rub-on. This is some ledger paper. There's two pieces from the same ledger. One has some writing on it. This is the empty one. And another of the pockets. And then I made this, or did I? Don't remember. I like to make little banners quite a bit, so I never remember if it was in the kit or if I think I made this banner from offcuts of the different papers. And then we have one of the little coin envelopes from the kit. And then I just made a little card using some book paper and actually end book paper. And then this, you can also tuck something up in there as well. Didn't do anything to that page. It's just so pretty. I kept staring at it going, okay, what can I do? And it's like, no, just can't. It's too pretty. Another rub-on. And this is one of the journal cards, and I just made it into a pocket. And this is another piece of one of the background pages, and I just made it into a big tag. And another, I don't remember what book this was, but it had this gorgeous picture, and of course, since the camera's slightly desaturated, it's got a very subtle gray blue, and I thought it looked really pretty with the colors in here. And then here we've got just a piece of book paper, and then one of the cards from the ephemera kit. Just add a little applique there. And I love these. There's two of these really nice long cards in the ephemera kit, and I just backed it with that same book paper along with this little tag. A couple more rub-ons. And then again, this is just some leftover deco paper from cutting all the different pieces. And then just added a little piece of book paper, sorry. And then one of the little labels. And this is another page from that same Armenian book. And I just thought, I have no idea what the book is about. Hopefully it's saying wonderful things about marriage. But I don't know. But I just thought the picture was really pretty. And then here, this page had this one of the pages from the background papers had this wonderful little clock in it. So I backed the clock I just mostly used book paper throughout because I had it available, and backed it up so that I could add this little flap here, and it will hold it down. And then, because I had, the piece to, I wanted to cover that up, so this cute little piece of trim works nicely to cover that up. And then this was the book page, I didn't want to lose the image, so it left me with this little bit that got folded, but I thought that looked really cute, so I just added a little piece of deco paper there, and it makes a nice little pocket for this journal card. And like I said, this is the ledger paper that it's actually been written in. It's from 1928. And then some old piano music paper. I just used a couple of the tickets to grab onto. And another rub-on, and then the kit has two sets of butterflies, really pretty colors that go really nicely, and just added in the butterfly with that. Other side of this. So here, I turned up the page, and there are all these tiny little tags in the kit, and I was trying to find different ways to put them throughout the book, but then I looked at this and I thought, oh, that's just going to look too cute to have all these little tiny tags just kind of tucked all in there. This is from the ephemera kit. And then what I added is recently I got a whole bunch of fabric pieces and trims, and they all had these wonderful little tags on them. And so I just opened her up, and then I added some paper, have a little bit more place to write, and it makes a cute teeny weeny little notebook. So he gets tucked in there with all the little baby tags. And you can turn that out. Of course, they fall out, and I know it's probably silly to have them all in there because you can't then flip that open without them all falling out, but it looks so cute. So here we've got, this is just an offcut, and made it into a little pocket, and some more offcuts added to this little page, book paper, to make a little tag. That's freely down here. And then here, this is a card, so it's a nice little card that I think it's for putting like maybe a gift card into. So I decided to make my own little card. And this is another piece of one of the background papers is like a collaged page. And so I took this part of the collage and then doubled up the coffee cup to really stand him out. And now he fits into this little tuck. A little squirrely to get him in there, but he fits. There we go. And then, of course, you can open that up and you have a place to write. And then on this side, this is another, like I said, I like to get a lot of little notebooks because you can use those little pages as extra spots to write in your journal. And then just from the ephemera kit to hold the page down. That ledger paper. And then here, yeah, must have put the, there's a pocket here as well. There was a tag in there, but he's disappeared somewhere. So this is another of the detail pages, or deco pages with, just made into a little tag. Sticker, actually that's a rub-on. And then that's one of the butterflies. And then I just used a heart punch with my book paper to make a little heart. And again, some of the deco paper made into a little pocket. Actually, I think that's one of the pockets from the kit. So that's actually one of the pockets. This is from, I believe this is from a adventure book. I don't remember, but it was a map that was in front of a young boys type of book. And so I thought, you know, of course the colors match everything, so. And then this is a book from, I'm just going to go with 1800s. It's somewhere in there, but I don't remember the date now. But I just thought the imagery and the pictures were just so pretty. So on the one side we've got a bunch of children watching, I'm assuming their father as he sows the field. And then on this side, we just got some people out in the field and someone's playing a lute. Some more old ledger paper. Oops, I'm back to being cockeyed again. Another page from that German book. And then, since in order to put some of the papers in here, I got a lot of strips left over. So as you can see throughout, I've been using those little strips. And a lot of these, I got the idea from Yana's Crafting. Y-A-N-A''S, Yana's Crafting. And she does so much with just the teeny tiniest little bits of paper. It's like the ultimate in using every little bit. I always thought I was pretty good at it, but yeah. So I got this from her. Another one of the wonderful little word tags. Tiny little sticker. It's one of those perfume bottles, squeezy perfume bottles. I think it's my favorite in the whole kit is this image. Might be the whole reason I got the kit was this image. It was just so pretty. Of course, the colors are gorgeous, and like I said, this is the other of those really great long pieces of ephemera. Kind of looks like a check, maybe. I'm guessing that's a check. And then this little piece of fabric here was actually made by my mother. Asked her, give me some of your scraps and just sew them all together. And I got a whole bunch of rolls of different colors to use. So, thank you, Mom. Let's see, on this side, one of the journal cards, and then another of the journal cards tucked in. Isn't that gorgeous? Love the colors. And then here, I've often seen, so I usually also put in envelopes where you sew them in on this side, and then you can open them here and get into that way. But this is an old envelope. You can see it's been used. And I just like the idea of putting it in this way. So you've got a nice little old envelope. And on this side, there was a little message someone wrote, you know, because this was an envelope given to me. And so I just covered that up using this little piece of ephemera from the kit and a little linen behind it. And we got a piece of book page with a deck page and one of those wonderful stickers. And on this side, this is actually a piece of wallpaper. So I had another project where I used, you know, you get these huge blocks from the wallpaper, and I used most of it up, but I have these wonderful strips left over. So use that for a pocket, and then another piece of trim to make another pocket. And so we got this great little journal card. And then here I had pulled these blue pieces of paper out as a possibility for using in the book, but then I decided they were just a little bit too bright for the book. But I still wanted to use them because it was just, I had these scraps left over. And so I thought, make a little book. And so this is just, as you can see, it's file folder. And just sewn in using a pamphlet stitch. And then I used a piece of linen to cover the spine and one of the journal cards. And that made a cute little notebook to add even more notes. And we have another one of those stickers. Another piece of lace just used for a pocket for another tag. And then here, this is just a little piece of book paper, and then just added a little bit of trim. This makes a nice little tuck for a tag. The side of that map. This is another rub-on, and another of the butterflies from the ephemera kit. A sticker. And I had this atlas page, and in one of that collage paper in the background had this wonderful balloon on it. And I thought, perfect, I can make it look like he's flying over my little land here on my atlas. So popped him up, and now he's a nice little tuck spot for one of the journal cards. Some more rub-ons. Another Armenia, or a book from Armenia, rather. And another of those great images. I think these are all just random village people standing in the forest. I think they're celebrating a wedding or bringing someone to a wedding. And here we're playing a flute, enjoying the weather. And then on this page, we've got, this is one of the journal cards in the ephemera kit. I just used it as a pocket. And one of the tags from the kit, and again made that into a little pocket. So in there we've got just some book paper, and put on some more book paper. So like I said, I always keep my end papers. Also, I have a number of journals from early 1900s or so, that in which they didn't use the whole journal, so those make nice papers for journal cards. And then you've seen this one before, so this is the collage page, and this one just using what was left over for another journal card. And here we've got a glassine bag. And this is the same image from the cover. And then in there, we have a book page made into a little tag. Another, like I said, book page on there. And again, I use that same heart punch that I have. And I punched out 2 hearts and just glued them at the top, slid it down just a little bit so that it would glue onto the page, but leaves a little bit there so that it can tuck right over the glassine bag. It's cute, and it keeps it from going all the way to the bottom. And some more rub-ons. Oops. An atlas page. And here, this is another card, and it had already had the little cutout on it. And so I put a little bit of vellum behind the opening and then used that to slide in. So this is the envelope that I used earlier, but in this case I took off the different parts, so it's almost like a postcard. Backed it with some paper and slide it in there. And so if you want, you can put a little picture or something on there, or flip it over and put something there, and then when you slide it in, you can see that in the little window. Just a little trim in one of the faux stamps from the ephemera kit. A little sticker, and that is the end of the book. So I really enjoyed making this one. It's more frilly and very monochrome, so that's also something I'm typically very colorful, at least darker in color, and so being monochrome was quite difficult, but I think it turned out really nicely. I'm really proud of this one. So if you have questions or comments, please leave them down below. I will try my best to get back to you. And please like and subscribe. And let me know if there's anything you want to see, questions you got, anything like that, and we'll go forward. So I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.